Hello everyone, my name's It's Robbie Rhino. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my first video. In this video I'm going to have some background gameplay of a game I had in the M48 Patton on Fisherman's Bay, while I just talk a little bit about myself, a little bit about this channel and what I hope to get out of it. Yeah, and in the second gameplay I have some I have a fairly decent game in the Char Futur 4, which was recently released, so hopefully that might interest quite a few of you. But yeah, let's get on to a little bit about me. My name's Rob, 30 years old, and I like long walks on the beach. Nah, I won't get into that. Yeah, my name's Rob, 30 years old. I've been playing World of Tanks console for just over 7 years now. I have over 33,000 battles, I think it's like 33.4. And I have a current win rate of 56.4%, which isn't too bad. It's definitely above average. It's not quite where I'd like it to be. It's still going up. I think the reason why it is where it is because for so many thousand games when I started playing, I just really didn't care about getting better. I was just memeing around with a friend. It's just... yeah, it is what it is. The friend that introduced me to World of Tanks console, unfortunately he no longer plays, but he's very interested in the historical aspects of tanks. So we'd often go to Bovington Tank Museum here in the UK because we live about 1.5 hours to 2 hour drive away, and we'd go there quite frequently for a day out. Yeah, and it got me really interested in wanting to learn about the tanks in the game. I just wanted to get better at the game, if I'm completely honest. So where did I go when I wanted to get better? Basically watching you all do what I'm doing now, making YouTube videos. I was watching a lot of streamers, watching a lot of YouTubers, getting tips and tricks from their gameplay, even the PC YouTubers and Twitch streamers. All of the ones that I'm currently watching on a regular basis, I'll try and link in the description. If I miss anyone out, I do apologise. There are really quite a few really decent players. They're really good. Yeah, and thanks very much for all your content. I'm hoping I can, put a little bit of decent content out there. I have some good games, not all the time, but some decent games. 23 hours a day I'm going to be trying to find, a good game and 1 hour of editing. So yeah, I'm not going to sleep forever, by the sounds of it. Anyway, yeah. So a little bit about what I want to get out of this YouTube channel. I've just touched on it briefly. I just want to put some good gameplay out there, start slow, maybe get a few community replays, that kind of thing. Eventually I'll go on to do sort of tips and tricks, tank reviews, maybe try, dabble in a little bit of editing, funny videos, that kind of thing, but that's a little bit far off at the moment. I'm not going to start off with a particular schedule. I'm going to just put videos, as and when. Yeah, and just see where it goes. Just to touch on a little bit more about my current situation. I'm a World of Tanks console community ambassador, and I have been for like half a year or a year maybe now. I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun, right? But yeah. My personal life, unfortunately I'm unable to work due to a disability. I've suffered, suffered with some mental health problems for quite a few years now, especially OCD. So if anyone in the community has any problems that they're suffering with that kind of thing, please, seek me out. I'm on Twitter. All the links to my socials are in the description. I'll try and help you. I like to think of the community, we all love the game, or well, most of us have a love-hate relationship with the game. But yeah, we're also a community. We all try and get along, create a nice friendly environment, that kind of thing. So yeah, this gameplay's nearly over, and then we're going to be heading into the Char Futur 4 replay. As you can see, we've had a fairly decent game here in Fisherman's Bay. The Patton is a very good all-rounder. Really solid turret, fairly decent hull, great gun, decent DPM. Yeah, like I said, a really good all-rounder. And I think we're just about to pick up the kill maybe on this 705A. No, we have one shot, and then yeah, and then the CS63 finishes it all, him off. So we've picked up 6,000 combined, finished second on the team. In a pretty decent game. I think I'm just checking my marks. Yep, 72%. Gonna go for the second and third. Eventually, anyway. Yeah. So we'll hop into the next replay, and I shall see you there. So here we are then. This is the second replay of the video. This is in the recently released Char Futur 4 Tier 9 French Premium Medium Tank. It's an autoloader which deals 1560 damage in its clip. Each shell has 390 damage, 264mm of penetration on the standard APCR rounds, and 330mm of penetration on the heat round, so it's pretty damn good. It goes 60 kilometers an hour base. Obviously you can add, you know, traction system and things like that as equipment to get that going faster, but you know, I found it's fast enough for me. So what do I run on this tank? I run optics, a camo net, because this is a very sneaky tank, just to get that camo, you know, as good as it can be. Hide in foliage, stay hidden, you know, stay hidden, try and get your shots out. And I think I went for the camo net because this tank has a 4-shot intricate reload between the shells, so that means that if you want to deal, you know, your whole clip's worth of damage, you're going to have to sit out in front of people for, you know, a relatively long time. It can catch you out at times. I've got quite out by it, you know, quite a bit already playing this tank, so that's something you do have to be mindful of. And the optics helps. I think it has 380 meters, I should say, sorry, not millimeters, that'd be very bad. It has 380 meters view range, which isn't great, but the optics boost that up, and you can obviously have the commander skills, which help with that too. So we've just come to the middle of Fisherman's Bay. This is like a Fisherman's Bay showcase. We'll come to the E-line, just sort of you know, scooting in and out of the middle, trying to get as much damage as possible, as much spotting as possible, you know, the standard things that you do in World of Tanks. Looking to get all of these light tanks out of the way as quick as possible, just because they're the ones that become really powerful late game. They have the vision, they usually have, you know, better camo than the mediums and the heavies, so getting them out as quick as possible can really help your team later on. Yeah, so we've already racked up 1500 damage, we've blocked 240. That's something that this tank can do, only with its mid-plate. It's sloped back at, you know, at an extreme angle. If people auto-lock onto you from the front, they can ricochet. You know, it's happened quite a few times off of the mid-plate, but the rest of the tank is like wet paper. So do not rely on the armour at all. And this right here showcases, you know, the great accuracy. I mean, pretty much every tank has great accuracy now after 6.0, but you know, if you let this thing fully aim, it has great accuracy. It's a great sniper. The APCR shell velocity is absolutely fantastic. You can snipe, and the gun depression really helps. I haven't got it written down. Probably should have. You know, these are all learning curves. I think it's like 7 degrees, 7.5 degrees. So, you know, it's pretty damn good. It can use, you know, a fair amount of ridge lines, and this T-54 lightweight's made a big mistake here, driving into the building. You must have been watching Petty's videos. Just joking, Petty. Yeah. I'm going to be kicked out of the plebs, aren't I? Anyway, yeah. That's the kind of thing that I do. I panic, drive into buildings, and then I get destroyed. And I've seen a little piggy here. I want to get the kill, but, you know, I'm reloading, so I don't get that. So right now I'm making the push across an open field. A little bit reckless. I know there's TDs camping, you know, in KJ 1 and 2 area, but I feel like I can get into these ridge lines with the good mobility, spot them out, and I want to get as much spotting as possible. And that's something that this tank can do. It's a really great tank for spotting, you know, while stitching out the damage. You can always fight back, you know. Just don't get caught out reloading, because the reload, you know, get it down to about 36 seconds, I believe. I think it's 42-second base reload, as far as I can remember. So yeah, and as I've been waffling on, as you can see, we've now racked up 3.7k direct damage and nearly 1800 assisted damage, and we're going to go for the ram on this T54 lightweight. That poor guy's controller has gone through the window, and you know, I'm very happy. So right now when I'm reloading, I don't want to waste any time. I'm not going to just sit and, you know, sort of camp and hide in a corner. I'm going to try and proxy spot some people here, try and spot the people at the tank destroyers at the back, try and get as much assistance and XP out of this game as possible. I still haven't mastered this game. People are playing this tank very well. Usually happens when a new tank's released, the best players play it. Yeah, that means that plebs like me cannot get good games. Well, they can get good games, they just can't get the marks of excellence or the mastery badges. Yeah, we took a big shot there from the 268 version 5, but you know, it's end of the game. I'm playing aggressive, I play aggressive quite a lot. And you know, if you don't play aggressive, sometimes, you know, you don't get the most out of the game. I see a lot of players full health at the end of the game, you know, and it's great to conserve hit points, but you know, if you can take a hit at the end of the game and you can get a clip in or an extra shot, you know, why not do it? Sometimes I've had to take the shot, get killed just because I can get another shot in and someone sat behind me, full health in a heavy. That's been sniping all game. The joys of World of Tanks, huh? So right here we're just going to dip over the ridge and try and get our last remaining 3 shells into this version 5. You know, I think it's a 430U. Probably. It looks obvious. Yes, it is a 430U. But we've chosen this for version 5. How dare they have a buff? Not fair. Same as the E4. Ridiculous. But yeah, if you want my opinion on this tank, you know, it's very expensive, as the tier 9 and 10 premium tanks are. You know, one day they might go as an earn op, so you might want to save your gold. They don't make any extra silver. It makes 5% extra free XP, I believe. And this is ridiculous. I go for a ram. Remember that, you know, the enemy team are in red, not green. There we are. And that's the end of the game. We've managed to pick up 5.1k direct damage and 2.2k assisted damage. So 7.3k damage over the whole course of the game. So yeah, I think that'll do it for me waffling on for my first video. Thanks so much for those of you that have come over to watch it. Please leave me a like and a comment. If you like the video, you can always put a thumbs down, but I will go home and cry, even though I'm already at home. Yeah, anyway, I hope you all have a really good day, and I shall catch you in the next video.